Have you ever noticed how exhausted you feel after trying to manage someone else's mood? How heavy it becomes when you're constantly walking on eggshells, monitoring reactions, or desperately trying to prove your worth to people who may never be able to see it? What if the weight you're carrying isn't actually yours to bear? These questions are invitations to explore where you might be giving away your power, your peace, and your precious energy to emotional burdens that were never meant to be yours. 1. This person treating me from their own pain, exhaustion, or unhealed wounds? 2. What internal struggle might be driving their behavior toward me? 3. Am I receiving what I deserve or what they are currently capable of giving? 4. How does their treatment of me reflect how they treat themselves? 5. What would change if I remembered that their reaction says nothing about my worth? 6. Am I trying to control someone else's mood or emotional state? 7. What would happen if I stopped managing everyone else's feelings? 8. How much energy am I spending trying to make someone treat me better? 9. What am I trying to fix in others that isn't actually my responsibility? 10. Where am I over-monitoring or over-managing someone else's reactions? 11. What boundaries do I need to set to protect my own emotional well-being? 12. How can I show kindness without absorbing someone else's emotional chaos? 13. What would it look like to be present with someone without feeling responsible for their feelings? 14. How do I distinguish between empathy and emotional enmeshment? 15. What would change if I stopped trying to prove my worth through managing others? 16. What emotions am I carrying that actually belong to someone else? 17. How do I feel when I'm not trying to fix or change anyone? 18. What would I focus on if I wasn't worried about others' approval? 19. How might my life change if I only took responsibility for my own reactions? 20. What creative energy would be freed if I stopped emotional caretaking? 21. What unrealistic expectations am I placing on others' emotional capacity? 22. How do I decide when someone's treatment crosses my boundaries? 23. What would happen if I stopped expecting others to regulate themselves for my comfort? 24. How can I maintain my standards without trying to control others' choices? 25. What's the difference between having boundaries and trying to change someone? 26. Why do I feel responsible for making others respect my boundaries? 27. How would my relationships change if I truly believed I was already enough? 28. What would shift if I stopped seeking validation from people who can't provide it? 29. How does taking responsibility for others' feelings actually diminish my own power? 30. What would I do differently if I fully trusted in my inherent worth? 31. How would it feel to release the weight of others' emotional reactions? 32. What becomes possible when I stop trying to be everyone's emotional thermostat?